Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Shadow City Podcast. This is The Shadows Within. I am your host, Larry. Got a few shows to go over and a few announcements. On Monday the 13th, I will be interviewing Aiden Sparks. I will be interviewing Mr. Hybrid when time comes, but I hope he takes care of what he needs to. Family and life comes first. And our prayers are out to him and his family. Also, April 7th, IZW Forged in Blood. We will be having shattered expectations for TPW in the coming time when time allows it. And of course, we'll have the Wolves Den, MTM, and Vixen's Flames leading up to that. Then we also have for TXT coming up. I always forget the name of it, and that's my bad. I want to make sure I'm saying it right, Hold on. But also stay tuned for Wrestle Madness, which will be coming in the coming time. We will be having a war room possibly here soon. So stay tuned for that, everybody. Target's been identified, the date to be determined, and the smoke session will be on April 18th for SPW, and then SPW High Times will be on the 19th. Also, yeah, that's what I have to go over at the moment, but I will also now go over the shows, starting with Okay, so to kick us off, we're going to go over the HOH pre-show. Travell Daniel versus Billy Bass, with Travell Daniel walking away victorious. 2 out of 3 Extreme Rules CJ Wade versus Jackson Mitchell, with CJ Wade walking away victorious. Steel Cage Triple Threat War Maiden versus Baby Bone Crusher versus the Countess Cyclone, with War Maiden walking away victorious. In a tornado tag, Ryan Kai and Big Oos versus Jack Skull and Sam Skull in the main event, with Sam and Jack Skull walking away victorious. GPW The One challenges. The One Championship, Izzy Frost versus the champion Ranger Rogue, with Ranger Rogue retaining the gold. The One Championship, Big Lou versus the champion Ranger Rogue, with Ranger Rogue retaining the gold. The One Championship, CJ Wade versus the champion Ranger Rogue, with Ranger Rogue retaining the gold. The One Championship, Isaac Frost versus Ranger Rogue, the champion, with Ranger Rogue retaining the gold. The One Championship, Aku versus the champion Ranger Rogue, with Ranger Rogue retaining the gold. The One Championship, Billy Bass versus Ranger Rogue, the champion, with Ranger Rogue retaining the gold. The One Championship, Alexander versus the champion Ranger Rogue, with Alexander walking out the new champion. The One Championship, the Demon versus the champion Alexander, with Alexander retaining the gold. The One Championship, Big C versus the champion Alexander, with Alexander retaining the gold. The One Championship, Logan Frost versus the champion Alexander, with Logan Frost walking out the new champion. The One Championship, Michael Link McIntyre versus the champion Logan Frost, with Logan Frost retaining the gold. The One Championship, Ranger Rogue versus the champion Logan Frost, with Logan Frost retaining the gold in the main event. Now, for EWS, Lioness Episode 1. Who else was I doing? It was Violet Zero versus Laura Little. Violet Zero walking away victorious. Kaiva Justice versus Haven Callahan, with Kaiva Justice walking away victorious. Extreme Rules, Dominique Truesdale versus Cass M. Demoise, with Cass M. Demoise walking away victorious. Extreme Rules, Danielle Demoise versus Ursula Truesdale, with Danielle Demoise walking away victorious. Extreme Rules, Kyra Hex versus Shay Blade, with Kyra Hex walking away victorious. Extreme Rules, Ali Blade versus Alex Black, with Ali Blade walking away victorious. Extreme Rules, Chaos Blade versus Danny Blade, with Danny Blade walking away victorious. Extreme Rules Rocks versus Rachel Sawyer, with Rachel Sawyer walking away victorious. And in the main event, Extreme Rules Blackfire versus Starlight walking away victorious. EWS Gold Rush Part 1. Extreme Rules Talos Piper versus Aaron James, with Aaron James walking away victorious. Extreme Rules Chen Pao versus Jordan Steele, with Jordan Steele walking away victorious. Extreme Rules Casey Kane versus Buster Anderson, with Buster Anderson walking away victorious. Extreme Rules Damian Graves versus Bad Boy Scotty Martinez, with Damian Graves walking away victorious. Extreme Rules James Mallor versus Jerry Graham, with Jerry Graham walking away victorious. Extreme Rules Jaquil versus Jackson Callahan, with Jackson Callahan walking away victorious. Extreme Rules Johnny Exodus versus Ika Appa, with Johnny Exodus walking away victorious. Extreme Rules Data Boy versus Tommy Gunn, with Tommy Gunn walking away victorious. Extreme Rules Aaron James versus Jerry Graham, with Aaron James walking away victorious. Extreme Rules Tommy Gunn versus Jackson Callahan, with Jackson Callahan walking away victorious. Extreme Rules Damian Graves versus Jordan Steele, with Damian Graves walking away victorious. Extreme Rules Johnny Exodus versus Buster Anderson, with Johnny Exodus walking away victorious. Extreme Rules Jackson Callahan versus Aaron James, with Jackson Callahan walking away victorious. Extreme Rules Damian Graves versus Johnny Exodus, with Damian Graves walking away victorious. Extreme Rules Jackson Callahan versus Damian Graves, with Damian Graves walking away victorious. GUW Equinox 2. Alan Shaw and Shady Sean McKenzie versus Warren Peace and Elijah McFly, with Elijah McFly and Warren Peace walking away victorious. Vita Lynn versus Cruella the Vamp versus Jaslyn Havoc, with Jaslyn Havoc walking away victorious. Number 1 Contenders Proving Ground Championship, Deviant versus RJ Colbart versus Walker Wall Street, with Deviant walking away victorious. Rory Shaw versus Nate Sawyer, with Rory Shaw walking away victorious. Fatal Fury Tag Team Championships Goalie Guns and Lockdown versus the champions, the Ministry of Pandemus, Dagon and Spawn, with the new champions Lockdown and Goalie Guns walking away victorious. All or Nothing Championship Jakob versus the champion Hybrid, with Hybrid retaining the gold. Proving Grounds Championship Jack Graves versus Johnny Flashback, with Jack Graves walking out the new champion, but Johnny Flashback attacked him after. And in the main event, the winner chooses the stipulation for their match at the next pay-per-view, Dante Black versus Mawson Miller, with Mawson Miller walking away victorious. Now, earlier in the night, though, at a time, Shady attacked Allen, betraying his own partner, which led to a 3 stages of hell at the upcoming pay-per-view, where they will face off in not 1, not 2, but 3 stages of hell. Stay tuned for that. But that's really what I had to go over here, ladies and gentlemen. I do hope everybody has a great day, good night, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever y'all may be. Peace out.